Good morning, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait, in 2024. And a good morning to you, to my colleagues, and all people. Wish them a happy new year, and wish everyone who's watching us through the KTV2. Yet, with the loss for our late Emir, Emir for forgiveness and pardon, and one with the white hand, the Emir of humanity and devout and ascetic, also with the pure biography, with the wise governance. We remember today. That's why today, good morning when you are today. And also I'd like to greet my colleague Sarah. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Abdulaziz, and Happy New Year for you. With the beginning of the new year, first day, we greet His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Mish'al Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah. May Allah Almighty protect and bless him. Has represented the state of Kuwait in numerous international firms during his tertiary and also a crown prince as a previous deputy emir, and we rest assured that Kuwait will always prosper under his leadership. So, dear viewers, don't go away. Let's have the sanitary break and then we'll move on.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait, dear viewers who's watching us through the KTV2. We're moving for our next segment. Kuwaiti's effort in supporting the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, reflect its steadfast commitment to the humanitarian causes. Through generous donation and financial aid, Kuwait has played a crucial role in improving the conditions of refugees and supporting the UNHCR's efforts globally, Sarah.
The late Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, may he rest in peace, played a prominent role in this context. He possessed the profound understanding of the challenges faced by refugees and led Kuwait's efforts to enhance humanitarian support, providing assistance to the most vulnerable populations. So how about to check this report, and we'll be right back to you.
Kuwait has been moving with firm plans toward a glorious future since the era of course correction led by the late Emir, Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, may Allah have mercy on him, during his 3-year term, during which the country witnessed remarkable progress on all political, economic, social, and humanitarian levels. Today, the country is on date with a renewed era and a new sun shining in the sky, and on the path of correction. Today, the banner of glory is carried by a faithful Emir of the country, His Highness the Emir of the country, Sheikh Mish'al Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah. May Allah protect and preserve him, to assume power and lead the country, succeeding his brother, the Emir, the late Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah. May Allah have mercy on him, thus becoming the 17th ruler of the state of Kuwait. He is the 7th son of Sheikh Ahmed Al-Jaber, the 10th Emir of Kuwait. May Allah have mercy on him, who ruled the country between 1921 and 1950 and was a role model for his sons and the rulers who came after him. His Highness the Emir of the country, Sheikh Mish'al Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, may Allah protect and preserve him, is one of those outstanding men that Kuwait has produced. As he grew up under the Sabah family, was raised by its wise men, learned from its leaders, and learned wisdom and management from its men, as well as learned governance and leadership styles from its politicians. During his tenure as a crown prince, His Highness participated in decision-making, represented the late Emir in times that called for it, carried by his side the burden of a great responsibility and a great trust, and led with him the country to be among the ranks of developed countries and to enhance security, safety, and a great trust. And led with him the country to be among the ranks of developed countries and to enhance security, safety, and prosperity therein.
During the reign of the late Emir, he played a pioneering role in building Kuwait residents, steering the national ship to safety in the face of global challenges and crises. The national economy witnessed notable stability during that period, despite the tough surrounding circumstances.
A private sector institution under the rule of the late Emir excelled in expanding their interactions with the international economic institutions, showcasing more about their strength and regional and global superiority, and the local economic sector experienced a tangible development during Sheikh Nawaf's role, the late Emir, with the real financial capacity of the most private sector institutions increasing. So dear viewers, let's go to this report to know more about the economic. Stay tuned.
During the reign of the late Emir, he played a pioneering role in building Kuwait renaissance, stressing the nationalship to safety in the face of global challenges and crises. The national economy witnessed notable stability during that period, despite the tough surrounding circumstances. Private sector institutions, under the rule of the late Emir, excelled in expanding their interaction with international economic institutions, showcasing their strength and regional and global superiority. The local economic sector experienced tangible development during Sheikh Nawaf's role, with the real financial capacity of most private sector institutions increasing. Both private and government sector contributed to enhancing technological transformation and digitalization, leading to an improved local businesses environment and increased competitiveness. The constructive work ethic embodied by the late Emir, who dedicated his life to serving the country and its citizens, made him a beloved and respected economic and political symbol. His reign marked a significant milestone in Kuwait's history.
His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Mish'al al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah, may Allah protect and bless him, has taken the constitutional oath at the National Assembly special session at the 70th Emir of the State of Kuwait. The call make the Speaker of the National Assembly, Ahmed al-Sa'doun, to hold the special session came at the request of the government in implementation of the provisions of the Article 60 of the Constitution and based on the Article 72 of the internal regulation of the National Assembly, Sarah.
Yes, His Highness the Emir Sheikh Mish'al al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah, may Allah protect him, was born in Kuwait in 1940. He is the 7th son of the 10th ruler of Kuwait, Sheikh Ahmed al-Jaber al-Mubarak al-Sabah, who ruled the country between 1921 and 1950. On October the 8th, 2020, His Highness Sheikh Mish'al al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah, may Allah protect him, was sworn in as Crown Prince in special season held by the National Assembly at the time, where His Highness took the constitutional oath before the members after taking it before the late Emir of the country in accordance with the succession law and the constitution of the Kuwait. So, dear viewers, how about to check this great report together, and we'll be right back to you.
His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Mish'al al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah, may Allah protect and preserve him, succeeded in leading the national economy in a difficult stage globally, thanks to his great and clear support for the national economy by laying the foundations of work towards achieving a strong and sustainable national economy, which relies in the strategy on adopting a set of long-term policies to reduce global financial risks. His Highness the Emir Sheikh Mish'al al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah, may Allah protect and preserve him, faced the largest economic crisis in 2020 after the collapse of oil prices to record numbers that affected the credit ratings of many countries in the world. But this crisis was quickly remended despite the economic challenges imposed by the corona pandemic during that period. His Highness the Emir Sheikh Mish'al al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah, may Allah protect and preserve him, sought to stimulate the various economic sectors and develop their products and services, work to create competitive investment opportunities until the state of Kuwait ranked first in the Arab world and third in the world in the value of the sovereign fund assets, which rose to $738 billion after it was 270 in 2011. The state of Kuwait, under the leadership of His Highness the Emir of the country, may Allah protect and preserve him, was able to safely pass through global crises that had severe economic impact, most notably the pandemic of the coronavirus, in addition to the Russian-Ukrainian war, as the Kuwaiti economic situation maintained its stability in addition to its continued support in improving the business environment in light of the crisis. Global challenges, which was reflected in raising the state's general financial capacity and positively impacting the living lives of citizens and residents. His Highness the Emir, may Allah protect and preserve him, has been a true supporter of the implementation of Kuwait Vision 2035 since the launch of the features of this vision in 2017. In order to put the country in the economic position it deserves regionally and internationally.
As a response to comment more of the economical report, we just seen to know more about. Today we're going to talk about different perspectives. So let's welcome Mr. Nader Saleh Al-Abeid. He's an expert in economic and financial affairs. Hello, sir, and good morning.
Good morning to you.
You're most welcome, and thank you so much for joining us in our show, Good Morning Kuwait. We're sending our condolences to you for passing for the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jabr Al-Sabah. And today we're going to talk about different perspective when he was ruling the state of Kuwait since September 2020 until the end. So first of all, we're going to talk about when he faced during the COVID area that time, and you are already proficient as a economical and financial expert. So what do you want to elaborate during when he ruled the state of Kuwait during the COVID era?
First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to participate in such an event. And since we are talking about the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf, I think the period that he took over during COVID-19, it was exceptional from professional point of view. Now imagine that you are facing an exceptional case
Yes.
with unseen circumstances in terms of healthcare security, in terms of economic situation globally. So the way it was handled, I think it was recognized and gave a big credibility to Kuwait regarding the way of handling the situation. From economic point of view, definitely you see there are some hiccups and instability in certain economic situations in many countries in Europe and in America and other countries. But in Kuwait, when we talk about a crisis, the way you organize your thoughts is very important here.
Okay.
Talking about some emergency units, the way of organizing the medications, the way of handling the monetary policies within Kuwait, the way of handling the education, the healthcare activities, and on top of that, the security in food and consumable items. These are things, definitely, if you lose balance of that, you will be facing chaos. So the way it was handled during the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf, I think it was handled professionally, and this is a credit for his wisdom to handle that. And on top of that, we have noticed that Kuwait was recognized internationally that, and this raised the credibility in handling the things with the international standard.
Nice.
So these kind of things, I think it gives a credit, and on top of that, imagine that the citizens we did not, or most of the people did not feel the financial difficulties and
During that time.
during that time. So I think many topics locally it's been recognized, internationally recognized, and on top of that, Kuwait was a leader in the region that any step Kuwait takes at that time, other people or other countries are following. So we need to recognize this for that critical period.
And also you mentioned something important, our guest, we are investing, you are with us here in the studio, Mr. And today Mr. Nader will talk about the food security, and you're pointing about this word, food security during the COVID era, exceptional time, circumstance in the state of Kuwait and even in the world. Food security plays a huge role during the COVID era, and especially for the cooperative societies, too many entities cooperating together. So even for economical, food security plays a huge role. So you are an expert in the field. How do you see the importance to focus that time in His Highness the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf Ahmed Al-Jabr Al-Sabah, may he rest in peace, for the food security, for the sake, for the benefit for people who's living in this lovely land, Kuwait?
Well, you see, during that time, luckily that we have the co-op system within Kuwait, where you see the co-op societies played a very good role to secure that level. And now, definitely the cooperation with the private sector and the government sector played a big role. Even the inflation in that, we did not recognize it like other countries. So it shows that, even systematically how you secure the food and maintain the channels on regular basis, because, we're talking about period of time, and we have two stages in COVID at that time. So I think the way of handling it, it was perfectly good, and I hope we listen from that. We learn from that lesson that we should be precautious in the future, because I think we need to rely on the food security within the region or locally.
And also we'll talk about different topics for you as an expert of economical and also something we call the financial affairs. So the economic development during the era of the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf Ahmed Al-Jabr Al-Sabah, may he rest in peace. So how do you see the economic development during when he was the crown prince and even he became an Emir of Kuwait? Since 2006 we can mention until 2020.
Well, you see, although his health was not during the 3 years, but since he took over, he was very keen to maintain the systematic issues like institutional achievement. This is one. This shows that Kuwait rely on institutional achievement and procedures. This is very important.
Very important.
Now, we saw that there are many projects took place, and unfortunately, some people, they did not recognize it in a way. You see, if we are talking about, since we are an oil country, you know that there is a project called Shigaya.
Yes.
Shigaya.
For renewable energy.
This is a project where it should be recognized, and this will generate 15% of the energy in the near future, which is a good project to be considered as a good achievement during the late Sheikh Nawaf time. And besides that, we are talking about the airport project. This is a huge in terms of aviation and
for the new vision.
For the new vision of Kuwait. We are talking about refineries. I think during that time, Kuwait was recognized in many projects like the gas project and the refineries. Despite that, sometime in the beginning, the oil was dropped. Where imagine the challenge that you are carrying on with your budget and your project while the prices are down. I think this is a big challenge. This is regarding the local achievement. Keeping in mind that always we go back to the monetary achievement. Now, if you see with his supervision and wisdom, imagine that the central bank, during all the hiccups for the last 3-4 years, the monetary policy was properly managed and recognized. So we are talking about the financial, even the banks, they are on top of the quality of services in terms of competition. And when you talk about achievements, you have to bear in mind that the achievement you are not the solo. There are some competition within the region, and you are achieving that. With that challenges, definitely it's an added value to the economy. But luckily that Sheikh Nawaf, during that time, he was involved for almost 15 years when he was the crown prince, which shows that it was easy for Sheikh Nawaf to carry on with his vision, although there are some challenges, but still we achieved a lot. Internationally, there is a big achievement. You know, keeping the stability with the challenges in the region. With the GCC, this is another achievement. Now, we have to keep in mind that, you know, during 2021, 2022, the conflict of Russia and Ukraine,
yes,
affected the market in different levels. And food supply and inflation, and we did not feel it. When we say we did not feel it, that means it was properly and professionally contained.
And also stability, we can mention.
Contained, yeah. So you know, these kind of things definitely it is an added value to be considered as a credit for the period, although so many international
and also
conflicts.
it goes me to another topic. Our guest, also Mr. Nader, you mentioned like the thing happening, the war in Europe, and we didn't feel it here. So it goes me to talk more about the challenges he already faced and he already accomplished. You mentioned some of the good things happened during the COVID era and even during the war, and even now the diplomatic relationship between the state of Kuwait and the regional countries, the brotherly and even the friendly countries, and how it is like affect for the trade exchange in the state of Kuwait.
Well, in terms of for trade exchange, it was stable, and during that time, imagine that Kuwait, the participation in the international events were there. During 2022, 2023,
yes,
Kuwait was participating in different events.
Yes.
So it shows that, you know, even internationally, Kuwait has kept a balanced relationship.
With a high diplomatic level also.
Yes. Now, all the conferences that Kuwait attended,
and the summits also.
The summit are talking about even on the regional arrangement with the GCC. We saw China GCC summit, which was in December 2022, and after that, Central Asian and the Arab. So
multiple events.
So the events, Kuwait is existed there, and I think we need to recapitalize on the economic side beside the political side to mix them, because usually the economy is the driver for the political affairs. So I think we need to capitalize on that, since Kuwait has an excellent relationship in the international market, and I think Kuwait needs to invest with this relationship to be reflected locally and the size of the projects.
And also it goes me to another topic. Our guest today will talk about the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, may he rest in peace. So let's talk about encouraging the investors to invest in Kuwait during the era when he was the crown prince, and even we became the Emir of State of Kuwait since 2020 until 2023. So how do you see the development for the investors to invest also in Kuwait, and encouraging here to invest also the entities?
Well, in terms of foreign investment, there was big hope for sizable investment to be reflected here, especially after establishing the Kadiba as a specialized authority to attract investment. But unfortunately, some challenges delayed the laws to facilitate bringing investors. Now we see investors, by the way, big investment, foreign investment, but mostly in the financial sector.
Okay.
When you see now the structure of the banks, you see big investors, foreign investors are going there. Why? Because the most attractive sector is the banking sector. We need to see this in other areas. We need to see this in education. We need to see this in healthcare. Why don't we see that? Although we have the best infrastructure in terms of healthcare, we have good hospitals.
Right, true. And
So in this case, why don't we cooperate in terms of collaboration with the big names and good operators as internationally recognized hospitals?
Yes.
Why? Because at least this is, first of all, to create jobs, to coach the Kuwaitis, and on top of that, to improve the quality of service in terms of healthcare and education. Because if we see the two areas, which is the financial sector and the communication sector, are very high standard.
Very high standard, yes.
So we need to, we expect the other sectors to be implemented this way.
And also, this where we talk more about some of the tribute for His Highness the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, may he rest in peace. Now let's talk more about His Highness the Emir Sheikh Mish'al Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah. May Allah bless and protect him. He's following the legacy of the late Emir. When he was the crown prince, he been in too many different events, and his vision for the economy and the development. And what about the challenging he will gonna face and he will gonna overcome it?
Well, I think the challenge is that, there are many projects got delayed locally, and this might affect the credibility for Kuwait, and this might affect the rating internationally. So I think the most important thing to focus on the big projects that we expect to be an added value to the economy. Especially, there are some projects like Silk City. This should be considered. Why? Because it's in a way it's diversification for revenues. Another areas where we're talking about the economic cities and specialized cities. I think this is very important. I'm sure
His Highness
will consider that, because he is keen to encourage the private sector to play a major role in that. Now, we need to resharp the performance of the government by merging the performance with the private sector. I think this is very important, and this will be an added value with the project. I think the speech of His Highness was very clear.
That's why I want to ask about the speech.
Yes, I think it was a roadmap
for the future of Kuwait,
and it was a big relief even for the audience and the people who are following that speech and analyzing that speech. I think it was a clear roadmap, and we are very optimistic to see in the near future big changes. And in the economic side, I think we are going to see a new culture for bringing even the investors, especially now His Highness is keen with his visits, especially to China.
Yes, I want to ask about China now.
China is keen to be in the region. And according to the statistics, and you see the media worldwide, the most attractive area worldwide is the GCC.
Yes.
Why? Because of stability, because of diversification, the budget that allocated in different areas in terms of healthcare, in terms of entertainment, so many projects. That's why I think it is an advantage to capitalize on the alliances that we have, like China and other countries.
That's why we're showcasing more when you mention about the visit of His Highness the Emir to China for the agreements, for the sake for the new Kuwait. So that's why I'm asking you, following the legacy and in your point of view as an also financial expert. We talk about the economy in general for following the legacy. What about the financial? How do you see the vision for improving, for more development, for the sake for the financial?
When you say the financials, we are talking about whether individual,
yes,
families,
yes,
workers, retired people, and corporate.
Yes.
Each one has his own needs.
Needs, yes.
I think even the message or the speech
was
clear to cover each one,
each individual,
separately. So when you talk about financial, definitely I think there is a new culture, and on top of that, the performance, the measurement of the performance. His Highness in his speech was talking about some, let's say, challenges, or not failure, challenges, let's say. That means there is a measurement. If you want to manage things, you need to measure it well.
Yes.
So in this case, definitely the next period, I think measuring the performance on different levels going to be applied.
Nice.
And definitely this will reflect the incentive. Now we are talking about the financial. Definitely there is reward, and there's incentive for people who are working. So I think the culture of the business environment gonna be changed.
Yes.
In terms of the private sector will be playing more role to accommodate jobs, and I think the jobs will be created once you apply it in a professional manner.
Nice.
and if you incentivize the private sector to accommodate fresh graduate and newcomers to the market, definitely they will help you in different locations.
That's why Mr. Nader Al-Abeid, today we spoke too many different perspectives about late Emir Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jabr Al-Sabah, may he rest in peace. And we spoke also the following the legacy for His Highness the Emir Sheikh Mish'al Ahmed Al-Jabr Al-Sabah, may Allah bless and protect him. And today we'd like to thank you. Today you elaborate more things about the challenges and different perspective in case for refer to the economy and financial. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You're most welcome. So special thanks and appreciation for our guest Nader Saleh Al-Abeid. He's an expert in economic and financial affairs. So dear viewers, go to this tiny break. They will continue our show. Stay tuned. Well, now, dear viewers, we reached the end of our episode for today. Hope you enjoyed our segment. See you next time and have a good day.
Have a good day and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.